All right, guys, welcome to another episode of War Hog Words of Wisdom. Um, this one here, again, just a raw, unedited uh, words of wisdom, if you want to say. And this is the first one that Duke's not here. So it seemed fitting that title of this one's going to be on loss. Um, Man, I got to tell you, losing him has been an absolute gut punch. Um, I think one thing that has kind of come of it, really just the outpouring of support, the prayers, everything throughout. And of course, you can see, there's all kinds of Duco things here in the studio, So you look up, I got Ricky Harris Designs, did that dog bone. Um, I've still got Duke's vest up there. Um, you know, Sonny sent the flag down there. Sonny and Jason with Duco on there. So just the overwhelming support has been just fantastic. Uh, but really, what I think the thing I didn't realize is how much of an impact he had on me, and kind of how lost throughout the years. Haven't really dealt with it, but really Duke was kind of the this slap in my face. Kind of knew some things were going on, but still happened quick. Here's the thing, guys. I think first and foremost, and I've rambled for a couple minutes before I even get to the point, but um, you got to be able to express your emotions, right? And I've said this kind of time and time again. It doesn't make you any less of a man. It doesn't make you any less of a person. It doesn't do anything, right? It's part of the whole healing process. How do you get out there? How do you grieve? Um, when does you never know when the time's going to be where, if you want to say, the scab's going to get flicked. It just happens. I tell you straight up, I was halfway kind of arrogant last year. Maybe it was earlier this year. I think it was. I was talking at a squad event with Pat Mac, and we're talking about 2021, or excuse me, 2020, and how good or bad the year was, and you know, said, hey, it was all kind of what you made of it. And then I had a guy come up to me afterwards, and talked about losing his wife, and I hadn't really thought of things in that aspect, or I hadn't really dealt with, if you want to say, loss um, on that level. Yeah, Joe Andres has been my Achilles heel, and I've told you guys, the story of Joe and the Baghdad Christmas cake thief, and I think it's important to keep his memory alive. But the one thing was, man, Duke, just losing him um, was a very hard loss, and still dealing with it today, and probably will deal with it for the rest of my life. To be honest with you, he was such a huge part of my life. Um, I'm here on this planet because of that dog. I mean, there's so many things I can go on and on as far as what impact Duco had, but really, it's how to deal with the loss. Do I really have a good answer? I don't. I'll be honest with you. I can tell you some lies and all this other stuff, but I think everyone's going to grieve different. Everyone's going to take that mourning process and figure out what's going to work well for them. My whole intent was, when we originally started, so words of wisdom, was have Duke there. We were able to record some, but just keep this thing going. Because again, he was my partner in crime. He was my sidekick. People wanted, I think, him at the range more than me. But he was just truly just an incredible partner, man. Incredible part of our lives, to include the Hog family, just not mine. Um, but how to deal with it. And I think for me, it's emotional, as you first kind of saw when this thing started, but it's telling the stories, it's keeping things alive. We're on Working Dog Radio the other day that just came out this week, a little bit of emotion stuff came in there, no earlier than what it was earlier. Um, did a podcast with Mike Ritland. Mike did a good job kind of navigating. He could tell when there was some emotional stuff. I think he kind of navigated the waters pretty good. on that stuff. But again, it's all right, guys. I think at the end of the day, that's the key thing. It's okay to mourn. Um, I've thrown out mine out there publicly just because that's kind of what we do, and not saying you guys have to. If you're in a tough spot dealing with loss, figure out whatever that mechanism is to help you cope with that grief. The one thing I will say, the staple that's happened throughout everything is I've been consistent with my workouts. I think that has been the one thing out of all this. Now, I'm not going to lie, that first week, nope, I didn't. There was just so much going on, right? So between actually losing Duke that day, I didn't work out that day. I'll be honest with you. Um, taking his body down to the funeral home, then in turn going back, physically being there for the cremation, then going back and actually picking up his remains. So probably by the end of the week or that weekend, get something going back, but held since ever, kind of kept it going ever since. And I could be off of my stuff. I'd have to go back and kind of look at my journal because again, that was one thing Duke. I told myself, you know what? I keep telling you guys one of my biggest regrets, right? Not enough pictures and not journaling. So we opted. I hate to say if you want to say in honor of Duco, but something just to help drive me each day was get that journaling in there. One, just kind of know, hey, what's going on that day, and then just put some stuff down. But I would just say this: if you're dealing with loss, whatever that may be, I would try to, if you can, work out. To me, it was just that mental clarity. Just gave me a chance to get some stuff out of my system. And then again, here's the deal: don't be afraid to talk about that person, that dog, that whatever significant loss you had in your life. Talk to people about it. Uh, share that person or dog's stories. Why am I so animate on telling stories, right? So I'll kind of go back to Joe. Why do I tell the story of Joe, the Baghdad Christmas cake thief, and not Joe Andres, the warrior on the battlefield? Because at least in my mind, I can tell the story. Yeah, here's what he did. But man, when people send me pictures of those stupid Christmas cakes, that's that's keeping his memory alive. What's somebody going to take a picture of? There's no current day battlefield here in the U.S. Oh, saw this and it was thinking of Joe. Nope. But when they take that picture, send me a note. Hey man, thinking of Joe. That keeps his memory alive. We keep that going. Um, as long as I'm still here on this planet, I think the two staple names you'll hear out of my mouth is Joe Andres and Duco. Um, is to share their stories, is to keep those memories alive. And if we do that, in essence, they never pass. They continue on, and we cherish the memories. That's the other thing I would tell you is harness the good memories. Remember the good. Um, I got it. There's going to be days that sting. I'm not going to be a fool and say they don't. But it's hard. How do you harness those good things? So like I think the story I've already kind of told you guys what Duco is. We first got him home, him sliding on the top of the new coffee table, and my wife just going, "Ah." But you know what? That's all right because it was kind of one of those that it was upsetting at first, but it's a memory we have that. Oh, by the way, we still have that coffee table, and we still have uh, Duke's marks on top of it. That's all right. It's just every time you look at that, you know what? You think of Duco. So um, just remember the good, share the stories, and at the end of the day, try to keep your workout routine up. Um, if you are a journaler, put some notes in there. I don't care. Hey, it's therapeutic, right? Feel crappy today, and here's why. Because I mainly try to journal to capture my day because I like to look back and go, hey, what was going on? But you can also, I find myself putting, hey, man, today was a crappy day because of X or Y or whatever the case may be. So I would just say this, guys. If you are dealing with loss, first and foremost, stay strong. Uh, get your workout in. If you're of faith, pray, man. I'll tell you straight up. You guys know I am. Pray all the time. First thing I do when I open my eyes, thank God that I'm alive. Um, ask him to give me the strength, wisdom, guidance, get me through the day, whatever he's got planned, and just kind of take it from there. So just do this. Share the stories, strong your faith, journal, and don't be afraid to cry, mourn, hoop, holler, whatever it is you got to do to help that emotional process. And share the stories of good stuff. So I would just say this, guys. Thank you. I can't thank you all enough for all your amazing support. That's first and foremost. Your prayers means more than you know. If you're dealing with loss and you're struggling, uh, share those good memories. Figure out what's a good coping tool for you. Um, and just remember, hey man, be grateful that we are alive today and giving that day, and don't let it go to waste. So I will say this, guys, until further, I'm gonna try to plan on doing these at least once a week. I had to get that one out, but yeah, uh, stay strong, guys. Get your workout in, and let's think here of a good Duke story that I can share. Um, you know, uh, here's one. So trying to get a tripod or a three-legged dog to swim where he's normally used to, you know, launching off the side of the deck. That was one thing we never could really get. But to watch Duke kind of hobble down the stairs, still go in the water, swim out and grab a bumper, man. He and that dog loved the water on one side, but was looking for the easiest way to get there. So, um, anyway, guys, just hopefully this helps. I would just say on whatever platform you're listening, please just help us out. Keep the word going. Hit the subscribe button, hit the follow, hit the like, leave us a rating, review, whatever it's on. And again, this will just help the algorithm get out there. And appreciate all your support. So you guys stay strong, and look forward to chatting with you with another War Hog Words of Wisdom. Guys, take care.